Let's talk about the journals. Greetings, my name is Nina, welcome back to my channel. So I watched a lot of these videos named My Journaling Ecosystem, and I thought, why wouldn't I make a video of my own, because I love journaling, I love pretty journals, and I like writing in them. So I have already made one 2 years ago or 3 years ago. So now I have an entire box of my journals, but I'm going to show you only these, the ones that I use, and also the ones that I am about to use. Don't pay attention to the noise from outside. Birds are singing. Let's go straight to the journaling system. This is a Moleskine, my first ever Moleskine that I got on January 8th with this Apple sticker in the middle, the only sticker, because I thought it doesn't need any more stickers. So this is the journal that I carry with me everywhere, and I have only this left. Only this. So from January to May, I have been writing. I do need to point out that I'm more consistent with my journals than in the past. And I also like that Moleskines have pockets, because I like to carry a photo of my grandfather, my mother's father, with me. I do need to point out that I do not write stuff in my journal. I avoid writing anything that I wouldn't others to read. My writing style is done in the way as if I'm addressing you, the reader. I do use the word you here a lot, as if this journal is already published. I think I will make a separate video reading at least a few of my journal entries, because they're pretty fun. So the next one over here is my planner from Flying Tiger Copenhagen. I wish we had this shop here in Georgia. I went to Rome and I found this Flying Tiger Copenhagen shop there, and that's where I got it. This is a pretty solid planner. However, the next time I want a small planner. By the way, I haven't been consistent with this planner because I was too lazy to write here. I have been writing everything here instead. Going back to using this consistently. Moving on. Okay, the next one is my paperback bullet journal with all of these stickers. You can look at them. The brand is called Accent, Axent. Unfortunately, this is the only bullet journal I could find. I mean the full bullet journal. I wanted a bullet journal for writing ideas for my novel, and I couldn't use this because this was already taken. In this journal, I write whatever I think of certain books, like here. And at the end, there's a pocket, just like in a Moleskine, and here I kept a list of books that I have written about. Here's the full list in the screenshot. Yes, I wrote about Misery, A Pupil, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Lord of the Rings, Little Women, The Secret History, The Dark Tower, The Giver, Charlie and Chocolate Factory. Yeah, these are the books that I read and I had opinions about. And there are more books to write about, and I should do that more often. Oh yes, 17 books. And there's place for more. Yeah, 17 books only, and I have so much left here. Another journal that I got in Flying Tiger Copenhagen is this 5 minutes diary. So this is a quick and easy journal, like it's written here. It's an interactive journal, and this is how it looks. So on the left, you write about your morning, and in the right, you write about your evening. So you write this: today I woke up feeling, this make today a good day. Today I'm glad that, today my big question is, and you write whatever comes to your mind. And on the right, I love that this happened to me today. Today I learned, I feel grateful for, reflections of the day. Yes, morning thoughts, evening thoughts. I rarely use it, to be honest. I do not use it every day, but it's fun, it's interactive. And I want more interactive journals because they're fun. Next over here is another journal from Accent, and this is two-sided. So here you have a bullet journal, and on the other side you have blank pages, and here is a sticker that allows me to tell where it stops. Okay, here I have a list of books that I read. List of books that I read this year, and here on the other hand, I keep track of books that I bought. Yes, I do keep track of books that I bought. I call it registering my books. Did I mention that this is also from Accent? Pretty good brand. Next, I'm going to show you two Moleskines in a row. This light blue one and the red one. You can see that this Moleskine has a lot of writer themed stickers. That's because here I write all the ideas I have for my books about what's going to happen to the character, separate scenes, the certain elements, this, that, you name it, plot points, sometimes even chronology, and even a map. A map! I published my previous novel without one. But here, on the other hand, I did write a map, even though it's pretty awful. And in this Moleskine, the actual novel, I have been keeping this a secret, but I am still writing books, even though I do not intend to publish it, at least not until I meet the right conditions. So I actually numbered this Moleskine, and I have written 67 pages of the first draft. 67 pages. And I can definitely write more. Let me clean this up. So this one I wanted for quite a long time, and once I found it, I couldn't resist buying this spiral notebook. This is from brand IMB, and this is how it looks on the inside. And here I write whatever. Sometimes I rip out the pages. Yes, here I write whatever. Nothing really special, nothing interesting. And finally, my last journal is probably the cheapest journal ever because I found it in a store, in a stationery section, because you know that in the stores they sell pretty cheap journals, and I got this for 7 lari and 50 tetri. That was back in 2010 or 9 or 11, I do not remember. I got this journal back then and I started using it in 2024. I write down the lyrics to songs I like. So this is also numbered. I have written around the half of the journal. I used to have a journal that got destroyed, and this is the only paper that I kept. This is lyrics to the song called Winter Dreams by Accept. And yes, I did write the lyrics here too. I actually have a list of songs that I wrote down. I started writing here the list of the songs. To be honest, since that a lot of songs I wrote down in 2014, when I look at some of them right now, I think, how could I like this music? How? Some songs are way too odd. I do not like them anymore. I don't. To be honest, starting with here, I like it better because this is more recent songs, or at least starting with 2018. Yes, I started it in 2014, then quit for 4 years. Started writing down songs again in 2018, then quit again, started in 2020, then also wrote in 2022. I write to this day. Actually, here I have a pretty solid list. You can see it for yourself. More cool music over here and also over here. I do not really want to show some early music, but I can definitely tell you that the very first song whose lyrics I wrote down here is Heaven Can Wait by Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden started this from the early stuff. I would like to point out that some pretty cool stuff. Lorelei by Blackmore's Night, I still love it. The iconic Heaven and Hell by Black Sabbath. Pastime with Good Company, also by Blackmore's Night. And also Black Sabbath, Paranoid, and Valhalla. Yeah, Black Sabbath has a song named Valhalla, and it's a pretty solid one. Pretty underrated. I recommend checking that song out. Oh, and I also love Run to the Hills by Iron Maiden and Planet Caravan, also by Black Sabbath. Oh, Voodoo by Black Sabbath. Yes, I used to check out a lot of Black Sabbath back in the day, back in 2014. Also, the last song, whose lyrics I wrote down in 2014, is surprisingly Mirror Mirror by Blind Guardian, and then I also have what else? Panzerkampf by Sabaton, Curse My Name by Blind Guardian. It's pretty cool medieval stuff over there, and the lyrics are pretty solid. Wing Hussars by Sabaton, and We Drink Your Blood by Powerwolf, Self-Portrait by Rainbow, and a lot of Blackmore's Night songs, and Iron Maiden, Queen, I Want It All, I found it here, and over here we are approaching songs that are my current favorites. Well, they have been favorites before, but now they're even bigger favorites. Oh, and I really love Wicked Witch by Demons and Wizards. It's a pretty solid, albeit a bit melancholic song. It's a bit dark and a bit sad, with beautiful acoustic, and I really love the ending. The Wicked Witch is dead. That's the final line, and it sounds pretty cool. I also really love very fun Dr. Stein by Halloween. Dr. Stein, Steen. Violent Revolution by Creator. That song has pretty cool lyrics, one of my all-time favorite lyrics, and I love the very first 4 lines. Oh, I like All for One by Blackmore's Night. Only a few years ago, I did not know it back in 2015 when I discovered the song. I found out that this is sort of an interpretation of the infamous song Was wollen wir trinken, 7 Tage lang. It's Blackmore's Night's own interpretation, and it's pretty cool. I also have Pope is a Rockstar by Sales. This song isn't a TikTok song that you would forget in a few months. No. This is a pretty beautiful song that came out before TikTok got popular, and this is quite a deep song. It's simple but very deep and relaxing, and it kind of takes you away. I love Pope is a Rockstar. What else? Queen, Scandal. Emerald Sword by Rhapsody. Oh, yeah, I know I should say Emerald Sword, but in the song it's I will search for the Emerald Song, and I just cannot say Emerald. Emerald has its own charm. California Dreaming by the Mamas and the Papas, and Army Dreamers by Kate Bush. Everybody's Fool by Evanescence. I've loved this song since I was 16, and the lyrics are pretty cool. Dreadnought by Sabaton, the song that might end up number 1 on my Spotify Wrapped this year because I had it on repeat a lot. Mein Herz brennt by Rammstein. Bodies by Drowning Pool, and the very last song over here is the script for my Requiem by Blind Guardian. And yeah, there are a lot of guitar stickers. I'm sorry, I digressed. That's all. These were all the journals that I'm using right now. There is also one more, but I'd rather keep it behind the scenes because that's for me. No, nothing personal. It's just a hobby of mine. I'd rather not show it. Bonus over here. The journals that I have not yet used, I'm about to use them. Okay, so here is my 4th Moleskine. This is the Moleskine I'm going to use after this one ends. Now, obviously, I'm going to take my grandfather's photo and put it here. And I'm going to take this off. I'm going to take this thing off and add some stickers. Since I'm not using it yet, I'd rather keep it here. Another planner from the Flying Tiger Copenhagen with lots of stickers. Over here, it said study planner, but since I do not study anymore, I did not want it there, so I got a sticker over it. And finally, a random paperback journal I found in Batumi. I thought of using this as a commonplace journal. Maybe I would write quotes here or random reflections or something, but I'm not using it yet. I have yet to come up for ideas for it. Alright, that's all. These are all the journals I am using right now or I'm about to use. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Write about your journals in the comments. See you next time. Goodbye.